Compliance. It's something every organization deals with. Behind the scenes, it's a high-stakes world of regulation, risk, and constant change. But there's a shift happening. A new kind of technology is rewriting the rulebook. This is the rise of RegTech, and it's transforming how the world stays compliant.
RegTech is a way of simplifying compliance. It's a way of using AI and digital tools to make sure you can get compliance right first time.
Regulations are changing so quick, so fast. So having a digital solution for that is really, really important. And that's what RegTech is. It's hard to embrace regulation changes really in a platform and being able to demonstrate that you're meeting them requirements.
So in our sector, life sciences and specifically in precision medicine, regulatory technology is helping organizations to understand the complexity of global regulations. It is assisting in the preparation of regulated documentation. So it is speeding up, untangling the complexity and increasing and improving the time to market for therapeutic products and the medical devices that go along with them.
RegTech is solving key problems in the area of quality, compliance and risk. When you are working in a regulated industry, you will have to assess all the time. So as you identify a problem, what happens is they then have to retranscribe that into an email, send it off to be resolved. In our world, we've taken that into a completely digital solution. It's what things real-time analytics and they can resolve problems on a real-time basis.
Automation has streamlined that process so that you're analyzing the exceptions so you can get to the root cause quicker and ultimately the solution faster. So if automation is the foundation, AI is going to be the superpower that turbocharges the individual.
Lots of organizations have many documents to be able to upload to demonstrate compliance. AI enables them to be able to screen and look at the content and the quality to determine whether they are compliant or not.
So for regulatory technology in the health tech space, we can see AI being used in clinical investigations and performance studies. We can see it being used in regulatory submissions, and we can see AI being used to really support regulatory compliance across the board.
So the revolution is real, and RegTech is reshaping industries. But who's best placed to lead this transformation? There's a surprising new player on the map, and it's right here in Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland is uniquely positioned to lead globally in RegTech, sitting in both the European Union and the United Kingdom's economic spheres. And as an English-speaking country, it's attractive to North American investors as well.
The UK is already a global leader in RegTech. For the last set of numbers that we have, there was £4.7 billion worth of investment in RegTech. There are more people in Belfast per capita working in RegTech than London. That's just amazing. That is a great foundation for us to build this sector.
The Windsor framework, the dual market access, creates huge opportunities for us to look at how do businesses like manufacturers develop solutions and that make it easy to access multiple markets. But also we have the underpinning science and skills and research base. The universities, the startup community, the larger tech firms, cybersecurity, the RegTech experts and the manufacturing sector.
Our size here is our advantage. The smaller nature of the country geographically and population means connections and networks are easier to form.
What makes Northern Ireland uniquely positioned to lead in RegTech is having a really skilled and educated workforce. That allows us to be able to build product first as we service the world globally. It allows us to be able to use software as a service and being able to service that across multiple jurisdictions, which is really important.
Our uniqueness is a multi-jurisdictional environment that we operate in. Our experience in working with UK government, EU government and the Republic of Ireland government, that experience then can be utilised as we start developing our RegTech proposition.
Northern Ireland has a small, strong cluster of RegTech companies, and the universities are helping them to grow by providing the deep technical expertise to develop their future products. Without that expertise, we will not be competitive in the long term.
So in my opinion, for Northern Ireland to become a global hub for RegTech innovation, there are three key elements that need to be in place. We need to have the educational infrastructure. We need to be producing the right graduates with the right knowledge, the right understanding of the technology, as well as the regulations. We need to have an improved investment infrastructure. And finally, we need to have the entrepreneurialism here in Northern Ireland to avail of the opportunities that are there.
With talent, investment and global access, Northern Ireland has the tools. But RegTech itself, it's not just for banks anymore. In fact, its biggest impact might be in places you'd never expect.
RegTech started in the financial sector and has made a huge difference there. Any regulated industry can benefit from RegTech, and that's almost every industry.
So an example of RegTech outside of the financial sector will be looking in manufacturing, particularly manufacturing supply chains, and demonstrating how we can adhere to various regulatory requirements, whether that be rules of origin, whether it be carbon or environmental sustainability and ethics, such as deforestation.
RegTech started in finance, but I think the bigger sectors where it's going to make a huge difference is in healthcare and I think in environmental issues. Those are two developing areas internationally, particularly healthcare.
We can help these industries grow by applying lessons learned in financial services, applying transferable skills and delivering business outcomes for clients.
RegTech did start in finance, but it's having a massive impact, and we look at global supply chains for tangible goods. You're really starting to optimize the entire supply chain through production to dispatch. That is a huge amount of regulatory requirements. And a third industry that's coming in hot and fast is cyber and data security, as we all engage with third parties in the world of software.
After financial services, life and health science is the second largest adopter of RegTech. It supports 19,000 jobs here, and at the last count had an investment of 1.8 billion. That is a super part of the economy for us to focus on as we look for the adoption of RegTech.
Adoption of RegTech in the financial sector is commercially attractive in quite a simple way. Other sectors have a much more complex relationship between the introduction of a technology and the release of cash to pay for that technology. Getting to that point in these other regulated sectors is more challenging, but we will get there because the value is worth it.
The main reason why other sectors haven't adopted RegTech is the awareness. They aren't aware of what RegTech can do to support their compliance and regulatory requirements.
So really the answer is to come and meet those sectors and businesses with the problems they see today and demonstrate to them how RegTech can fix those problems or unlock opportunities.
The potential of RegTech is enormous, and it's already happening. But opportunity without action is just another buzzword. So how does Northern Ireland turn momentum into strategy?
Producing a strong RegTech strategy for Northern Ireland just involves bringing together existing activities to ensure there is a strong complementarity between the education, the research that we undertake, the RegTech cluster of companies, and most importantly, the regulatory framework in which all of this operates.
Industry should be coming together in a much more collaborative manner. When I look at Austin, Texas, where they started competing against Silicon Valley, focused on B2B applications, we can be that here in Northern Ireland. We can really, really own RegTech here. We can invest heavily, and we can actually deliver global solutions.
Northern Ireland, I think, already is a global hub for RegTech innovation. We have all the pieces in play. We've got the educational establishments leading on the research and on the talent pipeline. We've got the local companies that are clustered and working in collaboration with the universities. What we really need is just the ambition and willingness to actually play on that international stage.
In the Northwest City region, we have developed a RegTech cluster, which is the foundation for Northern Ireland to become a RegTech capital. We are really ambitious to create an all-island cluster which has a smart specialisation in AI and ESG. We utilise this multi-jurisdictional environment that we operate in to position us as a global leader in RegTech.
If I was to make one recommendation to Northern Ireland's leaders, is to set out a very clear, ambitious vision for Northern Ireland as a leader in RegTech. We do that by fostering and investing and supporting the technology ecosystem and the users of RegTech in Northern Ireland, but also using government as a mechanism to develop, sponsor, mandate and roll out RegTech through its various government functions.
It's got to be a working partnership. There has to be a shared vision in what we want Northern Ireland to look like. The jobs that we want, the work and the work-life balance that we want in the region. But if we're working towards a shared goal, then the outcomes will be better for all in Northern Ireland.
With the right support, Northern Ireland could lead the world in RegTech. This is the moment to build a RegTech system that is global, collaborative and future-ready.
There's a real first mover advantage if we invest in it now.
The opportunity for RegTech is now, and we really need to act quickly, collectively as an ecosystem to maximise what this potential could be for our region.
We have to seize this opportunity now before all those other regions that are trying to build what we already have here catch up with us.
We have world-class research in AI, a thriving cyber sector, and strong fintech roots. Northern Ireland can define the future of what regulation looks like.
RegTech isn't just a buzzword, it's an economic opportunity waiting to be unlocked.
To find out more about Northern Ireland's future in RegTech, please download the Matrix NI report by visiting matrixni.org/matrixreports.